Broadcasting live across the Piscians room from Pampanga Colleges Incorporation. This is DWN Piscians Patrol. Good morning. Today is Tuesday and time check is already 12 noon in the afternoon. Giving you the latest and most leading news of the hour. Your news, our business. For the headlines, World Bank pushes development of digital skills. Security of Exchange Commission flags another investment for illegal scheme. Government name new customs. Creator economies brings a new wave of micro-businesses in Asia Pacific. Noodles, coffee still fastest selling consumer goods in the Philippines. Talking to China is no sign of weakness. World Bank pushes development of digital skills. To give you the full details, here is Harold Swing to bring us the news.
With demand for gig work expected to continue to increase in the future, governments are urged to implement programs for developing digital skills, as well as enhance social protection coverage to mitigate risks to workers. According to the World Bank, we expect demand for gig work to continue to rise in the future. The multilateral lender said in a report that looked into opportunities and risks of online gig work.
Even before the COVID pandemic, the World Bank said demand for gig workers has been rising due to micro, small, and medium enterprises in developed countries, as well as an increasing number of firms in the developing countries that are starting to use digital platforms. Gig works refers to tasks mediated through online platforms between gig workers and the person or business that needs the work done. Online gig work assignments include design, business and professional management or support, data entry, software development, and writing and translation. According to the World Bank, there are about 154 million to 435 million people doing gig jobs, which is almost 4.4 to 12.5% of the global labor force. While gig work is creating new work opportunities, it comes with significant challenges. Risk and inequality still exist in the gig economy, the World Bank said. Nothing those without access to the internet or digital devices like laptop and smartphones are excluded. It also said women workers and those in developing countries experience discrimination in terms of access to high-paying tasks. Many workers also spend long hours looking for tasks without success. As such, the World Bank recommends that governments implement programs to build digital skills and help increase the income earning opportunities of gig workers. This can be done through partnership with platforms to provide training. The World Bank said, providing affordable connectivity, digital services, and devices particularly for disadvantaged groups like the youth and women and those in rural areas will also be needed to support the new forms of gig work.
Despite the opportunities provided by gig work, government must mitigate the risks associated with gig jobs, such as low wages, employer pressure, and harassment, geofencing that limit access to gig jobs to developing country workers, and so on. By extending coverage of social protection and insurance to a broad range of workers outside standard employment, by supporting new models of collective bargaining and modern labor market institutions, and by building their own capacity to collect the monitored data, the World Bank said. This is Harold Swing reporting.
Security of Exchange Commission flags another investment group or illegal scheme. Here's John Lauren Yambal to bring us the news.
Securities and Exchange Commission warned the public against dealing with White Dragon Investment Group after finding out it is soliciting investment with necessary permits. According to corporate regulators, White Dragon claims to be engaged various business sectors, with prospective investor promise to receive a 36 annual or 3% monthly profit for a minimum investment amount of 100,000. This is operation resemble a pyramid or Ponzi scheme where investors are told they would earn through recruitment fees instead of the sale of actual products or services. Under scheme, investors are paid using the contribution of new members.
Maging mapanuri po tayo sa lahat po ng ating na-encounter ng mga offers of investment, napakalaking kita, at pakatandaan lang po natin, kailangan may license yung company, including yung mga tao na nag-aalok ito. Pag wala silang may pakitang lisensya mula sa SEC, kahit na meron silang registered corporation, hindi po sapat yun. Paglabag po sapat. Hanapin nila yung tinatawag na permit to offer and sell securities. Gagaya ng mga listed companies natin sa Philippine Stock Exchange. Nirehistro ang securities noon sa SEC at kumuha rin po ng mga requirements sa Philippine Stock Exchange sa mga listing requirements. Bago ito maalok, kailangan meron yan lisensya.
The SEC said, White Dragon is not registered with them. The securities that the group offered to the public were likewise not registered, in violation of Section 28, 26, and 28 of the Securities Regulation Code. Regulators warn those who act as salesmen, brokers, dealers, or agents of White Dragon that they may be prosecuted and held criminally liable under Section 28 of the Security Regulation Code and Section 11 of the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. Offenders could face a maximum fine of 5 million or 21 years of imprisonment or both pursuant to Section 73 of the SRC. This is John Loren Yambao reporting.
Government names new customs NAIA Special Deputy Collector. Custom Commissioner Bienvenido Rubio and Finance Secretary Benjamin Diokno have designated a new Special Deputy Collector to head a Fair Cargo Assessment Composite Division of the Ninoy Aquino International Airport Collection District. Sikren Manoy, a multi-awarded senior custom officer and former Deputy Collector for Operations of Subic Port and former Pearson Inspection Division Head of Collection District 2B, will now serve as Fair Cargo Assessment Chief of the Port of NAIA. As Head of Operation of Subic, Manoy received a numerous commendations from the Bureau of Customs, SBMA Clerk Division Corporation, Board of Investment, from the Office of Senator Emmanuel Pacquiao, and even the United States Marine Corporation, citing the policies enforced and implemented in relation with the trade, facilitation, and border protection. This is Alvin Anata reporting.
Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. Far, it won't be
What happens when a bank stops thinking like a bank? Instead of keeping the status quo, it challenges it. Instead of thinking about how people should bank, we should think about how we can improve their lives. Instead of just offering products and services, we create experiences. When a bank stops thinking like a bank, it changes the game. This is what we're doing. We're bringing the future of banking to the present by being forward-thinking, innovative, agile, and open. The future is not an upgrade of the present, it's about doing things in an entirely different way. It's not just about creating products and services, but about bringing the bank to our clients wherever they go. The future is about embedding banking into everyone's lives. To accelerate your growth, we are connecting you to a whole new world of opportunities. To drive you to success, we're powering the future with advanced technology and platforms. So forget what you know about banking. This is our revolution. We are transforming every transaction and interaction because we don't want to interrupt your life. We want you to enjoy it. We don't want to just support your business. We want to help you build it. The future is here now, and we are just beginning. We are going to transform the lives of all Filipinos. We are a company of future-forward thinkers, committed to bringing dreams to life. And our focus is entirely on you. Because at Union Bank, the future begins with you.
Creators economy brings a new wave of micro businesses in Asia Pacific. Here is
Brian
Harold
Hernandez.
James to bring us the news details.
The rise of social media has led to more than an increase in shift of habits, business, and activities only. It has created a kind of micro-business now prevalent across the globe. The creator economy by digital-savvy entrepreneurs. The creator economy consists of individuals or groups who publish content on digital social media platforms, whether it be their part-time or full-time source of income. It can also be a passive income for some, but all the same, it has been driving growth in the digital payment movement over the last 5 years. According to research, sales in this sector are predicted to reach 1.2 trillion US dollars by 2025 worldwide. This is complemented by the freelancing and gig economy, more known as on-demand work, a source of income that has seen rapid growth following the COVID-19 pandemic. This kind of work has seen a steady rise mostly in the Philippines and India among Asia-Pacific nations. These micro-businesses have resulted in payment providers offering customized business-to-business or business-to-consumer payment solutions to effectively address varying needs. Compared to traditional payment schemes, providing digital solutions has enabled micro-businesses to receive their earnings real-time and with minimal transaction fees. Influencers monetize their content through partnership with brands, donations, and tips from followers and interactions within the platforms they operate on, usually amounting to micropayments of less than $10 per payout. Seeing this shift, payment providers have remodeled their platforms to enable micro payouts with an infrastructure that can process small value and high volume payments as individual transactions. Speed also plays an important role. Content creators expect that monetization services are fast and can be processed through locally popular payment methods. Alongside this, fees are expected to either be free or at a minimal cost compared to fixed costs traditionally provided by banking institutions.
Noodles coffee is still fastest selling consumer goods in the Philippines. Cheap consumer goods among the Filipinos with many staple brands like Lucky Me, Nescafe, and Copico maintaining a strong local market presence. Here's the full details. Food and beverage products such as noodles and coffee continue to be the fastest selling cheap consumer goods among the Filipinos, with many staple brands like Lucky Me, Nescafe, and Copico maintaining a strong local market presence. This is according to the 2023 Brand Footprint Report of Global Data, Insights and Consulting Company Kantar, which is tracked the spending patterns of 5,000 households on fast-moving consumer goods over a period of 12 months which ended in October 2022. Instant noodles brand like Lucky Me retained its top spot as the most bought brand during the period, with 98.9% of local households, equivalent to 27.4 million shoppers, buying the product. The report said Lucky Me also scored a total of 911 consumer reach points. The measuring index used by Kantar in determining brand penetration takes into account the number of households in a country, the percentage of households buying the brand, and the number of interactions with such brands across the categories. Coming in second and third places are coffee brands Nescafe and Copico, garnering a CRP of 688 and 62 respectively. In a fourth place with 585 CRP is condiments brand like Silver Swan, while soft drinks brand Coca-Cola completed the top 5 in the list of 488 CRP. Other popular brands that made in the top 10 brands are Nasal Bear brand, Milk, Surf Laundry Detergent, Maggi Noodles, Grape Taste and Coffee, and Dato Puti Vinegar. Bea Coronel, a client manager at the World Panel Division of Kantar Philippines, said that Filipinos have been spending more of their FMCG needs, especially in 2022, when the world emerged from the pandemic and lifestyle started to return to normal. There is now a higher demand for MCG and companies must be liable to capitalize and on that split second when shoppers decide and choose one brand over another, said by Coronel. Amid inflation troubles, the Kantar executive said further that 61% of brands in the country, whether big or small, were still growing. It is interesting to note, however, that 57% of small brands are those brands that are reaching less than 10% of Filipino shoppers have enjoyed the growth in the past years, Coronel said. Kantar said companies should leverage their brands, ensuring more presence and categories to maintain a constant level of market penetration. This is Alvin Anacta reporting. US trade chief talking to China is no sign of weaknesses. Here's Harold Swing to feed us the latest happenings.
Holding talks with Beijing officials is not sign of weakness by Washington, the U.S. Commerce Secretary said Sunday, adding that not talking can lead to greater tensions and misunderstanding. It's in the U.S. interest. It's in China's interest. Indeed, it's in the world's interest for the U.S. and China to have a stable and significant commercial relationships. Secretary Gina Raimondo told CNN's State of the Union days after returning from Beijing. I do not accept the premise that talking and communicating is a sign of weakness toward China, she added. Raimondo met with top officials during her Beijing visits, including her counterpart Wang Wentao and Prime Minister Li Qiang. The visit came as the Biden administration has been working to restore a more effective working relationship with Beijing at a time of deep and continuing strains. It was the fourth visit by a senior U.S. government official since early summer, each of them on a fraught mission and amid severe challenges, including Raimondo's recent allegation that China-based actors had hacked her emails.
I wanted to be clear with them that we aren't foolish, she told CNN. We aren't close eyes to the reality of what they're trying, she added. I'll put it on the table and let them know that it's hard to build trust when you have actions like that. Raimundo said her Chinese counterparts recognize that we have plenty of tools in our toolbox. In my case, export controls, outbound investment, screening tariffs, countervailing duties. We do have sticks, if you will, and we are very ready, willing, and able to use those as necessary. She nonetheless emphasized that it was in both sides' interest. Indeed, it is in the world's interest for the US and China to have a stable and significant commercial relationship. The bilateral relationship faces a litany of problems, from trade disputes to Taiwan's future to the expensive Chinese presence in South China Sea.
Officials in Beijing have chafed in particular over restriction imposed by the United States on the export to China of certain products, notably high technology. Washington maintains that the export probes are the matter of national security in the face of China's growing military power and expanding global footprint. But Beijing sees them as an attempt to hinder its economic rise and development. During a Beijing visit last month, U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen sought to reassure Chinese authorities about the impact of trade restrictions. In July, the U.S. Presidential Envoy for Climate John Kerry visited China for 3 days in an effort to restart bilateral climate talks. And in June, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken became the highest-ranking U.S. official to visit Beijing since 2018. This is Harold Swing reporting.
Thank you, Harold Swing and John Lauren Yambao, for feeding us the latest news update there. And those are the news that we have gathered for today. Tune in again next time via DWN Pisians. This is Alvin Anacta, the only one.